Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for the second of our presentations about the benefits of joining the ADA. My name is Dr. Scott Suter, and I'm excited to be with you today. Going over my disclosures, they are the same as last time. I'm a professor at St. Louis University and work with the endodontic company Son Endo, neither of which I will discuss today. Our last lecture discussed the benefits of joining the ADA from an advocacy standpoint. This included what the ADA does for you nationally and what the Nevada Dental Association has done. Today, we will talk about what you will get for your money. When you sign up for the ADA, your first year is free and the second year will be at a reduced rate, but eventually you'll be paying the total amount. So what are the benefits that you get as a member? I love putting together presentations like this because I always learn new things, and I have been an ADA member since I was in dental school in 2008. I was astounded by how many things I did not realize were available to us, so let's go over a few of those. One of the first things you do when you buy a practice is sign up for a fancy credit card. The card will come in a cool box and you open it up and it's made out of metal and makes you feel special. Afterward, you go online and sign up for all sorts of benefits. For example, I have an American Express card for my business. That gives me access to Hilton and Marriott Gold status, rental car benefits, and other great travel opportunities. It's cool when you look through how much they do have to offer, and the ADA also has many benefits. So the first thing, the ADA has an excellent travel portal where you can look at all the available benefits. They are not as robust as, say, the American Express or Chase options. However, they are available to you now. The first one up there is the Chicago Hotel Program. The AAA meeting is coming up in Chicago in May, and I had difficulty finding a hotel. They were costly, the options weren't great. And when I was making this presentation, I was able to use the Chicago Hotel Program, and I'm now going to be staying at a gorgeous suite in the Hilton for like $200 a night, which is way better than I was able to find even through American Express. They also have benefits with Hyatt hotels nationally. You get 10% off the base rate of everything, which is a significant saving if you have to travel. I assume some of you will be going through specialty programs, and having access to discounted rates is fantastic. I wish this was available back when I was applying to programs. They also have benefits with a couple of different rental car companies. You get something similar with the fancy credit cards, but if you're going to be traveling at all, may as well use your existing benefits with Hertz, Dollar, or Thrifty and save some money. Here's a cool one that you can use right now. Lenovo. You go through their link and you save 30% off everything. So it's not just computers. It's 30% off laptops, monitors, hard drives, and whatever else you need. So I highly recommend going through this the next time you need a new computer. One fun thing is when you get out, you will eventually be making some good money and you'll be able to buy a nice fancy car. The Mercedes-Benz benefit has been around since I was in dental school, and they have special rates with them, which will give you a great deal. They also have benefits with Volvo around the same amount. This is one that I just found out about, and I've already used it. They have a special rate with Office Depot and Office Max where you can save a ton on office supplies. Right after I put this presentation together, I signed up. You get a little QR code on your smartphone that you show to them at checkout, and you save a ton. We needed labels, and I got 50% off the labels, which is fantastic. You also save a ton on shipping with UPS, so not necessarily something you'll be using right now as a student, but if you need to ship out anything or buy any products from Office Depot or Max, it's great. And then, especially when you're in practice, it's fantastic. We use this all the time. Another benefit I just discovered, there's this company called ClassPass, and how they work is you buy in-person credits to use at local gyms. For example, there's a Pilates studio in my parking lot affiliated with this, and as an ADA member, not only do you get 15% off one of those credits for the in-person classes, you can also access 20,000 videos on demand for free, which if you're like me and don't necessarily want to go to the gym but are down to work out at home, this is another benefit available to you that you can use right now. I also wanted to talk about health and wellness. Being a dentist isn't easy. You have stresses as a practice owner, there are stresses as a dentist, there are stresses as a boss, and the ADA has done a lot to focus on helping you, giving you the tools that you need to navigate the difficulties of being a dentist. I highly, highly recommend that all of you go on and look at the resources available to you because there are some great resources on this website. So next is benefits for owners. I know many of you will be working for corporate or other offices, which is understandable. I also came out with a ton of debt and worked in different offices for multiple years. I'm happy to say I opened my practice in 2020, and it's been one of the best things I've ever done. One of the scary things about opening a practice is how on earth do you do it? I don't know about you all, but I didn't get the best education on business and running a practice in dental school. The good news is the ADA has a lot of resources available to you. For example, you can access this excellent resource called the Health Policy Institute. They publish all sorts of stats regarding dentistry. One of the things we've been noticing is practice ownership has continued to decline, unfortunately, and part of that reason is what I just said. It's costly to go to dental school, and banks aren't loaning to dentists as readily as they used to because of our poor debt to income ratio. One of the things that the ADA has been trying to do is increase the amount of practice ownership, and there are a lot of tools available to you. When opening up a practice, one of the first questions you may have is, where do I put it? The ADA has this fantastic resource available to you that shows you where the dentists are located in the area, so let's do Las Vegas. You type in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it brings up the population, demographics, and dental market characteristics. You want to look at the total population, their income, and how old they are on average, giving you a good idea of the demographics. The median age is helpful. For example, if you're going to be a prosthodontist, you probably want it to be a little bit older. But if you're going to be a pediatric dentist or orthodontist, you probably want to go for a little bit younger. Once you look through that, you can look at the dental market characteristics and see how many active dentists there are per 5,000 people. The ideal dentist to population ratio is anywhere from about 1 to 1,000 to 2,000, so for a great opportunity. Vegas has a little less than that. There are fewer than 10,000 people per dentist, and so the market is a little oversaturated, but remember, this is for the entire area. When you zoom in on Las Vegas, you can look and see where are the most active dentists. For the entire state of Nevada, there are only 2.9 active dentists per 5,000, but in this 89014 zip code, you can see 9 active dentists per 5,000 people. So it's a little bit higher. You probably don't want to start a practice down here necessarily. This is just outside of Henderson. Another thing you can look at is the median income. If you're doing more high-end work, you probably want to be in an area with a higher median income. This is the highest one I could find in Las Vegas. The highest one in Nevada is right outside Tahoe, which isn't a surprise, but at $121,000, that's fantastic. And if you zoom in, you can see the rest of the information. So for this area, the population is around 4,000 people, but there's only 2 active dentists right now, so potentially a growing area. If any of you are looking to set up a practice in North Las Vegas, this might be an excellent place to be. You can do this no matter where you are. They have statistics for the entire country based on zip code, and you can zoom in and out. It gives you an excellent idea of not only where are the dentists needed, but what's your ratio, what are you looking at as far as population and demographics. Okay, so you found your location. Now what do you do? The nice part is that the ADA has thought of this and they have a lot of resources available for you. For example, you can see the survey of dental fees, which answers the question, how much do you want to charge? The new dental practice checklist is also fantastic. I use that to help start my practice and highly recommend it. Then you have all the compliance issues with OSHA and HIPAA. How are you going to work through this? Thankfully, the ADA has solutions for that as well. So one of the first ones is HIPAA compliance. It's that big scary name, as I'm sure you all know, and not only do you have to follow HIPAA, but so does your staff. So you have to train them, otherwise they will come after you. And when they do come after you, it's crucial to follow the rules, as the average cost can be as high as $50,000 per violation. And it could be something as simple as one of your employees posting something about a patient and not realizing that it's an issue. Multiple dentists got in trouble right after the Las Vegas shooting a few years ago because of this. We have access to a drug lookup to see if patients have been taking any controlled substances, and multiple dentists got in trouble with HIPAA because their staff members used the dentist login to look up to see if the shooter was on any medications. This is highly, highly unethical and something that with proper training could have been prevented. Another thing you're going to have to deal with is what codes do you bill, and it changes every single year. The insurance companies deliberately make it complicated so that you misbill things and they don't have to pay. I don't know a single office that doesn't have a copy of this book. It's a fantastic resource for you and will tell you what the codes mean, how to bill, and what you can or cannot bill it with. It makes insurance a lot easier to navigate. Another big regulation you have to go through is OSHA, so this is going to help protect you and your staff from any issues. There are a ton of regulations in it, and this is a great guide that helps make sure that you're compliant. This is something you want to do to be compliant with because the average fee, if you don't get inspected, is a little over $15,000 for violation. And what's going to happen is if the inspectors are there, they're not going to want to find just one violation. They're going to want to find as many as possible. So this is another resource the ADA has to help you navigate regulations. I wanted to finish up with a few things that are state specific. TDIC is not available in every state, but to get access to it, you do have to be a member. They cover Nevada, and that's what I use. I've had the best results with them. They will fight for you, and they only work with dentists, so they are incredibly familiar with the needs of a dentist. They originally came from the California Dental Association, and if you're in California, you'll have the most protection with them and the most resources, but they have been fantastic for me in Nevada. When you open your practice, one of the first things you'll need to do is create all the authorizations for informed consent and paperwork. And if you buy an existing practice, sometimes you'll have good ones and sometimes you won't. TDIC has great forms written by lawyers specific to the state you will be in. I've used these to overhaul my consents and highly recommend you check this out. The other great thing available to you is the risk management advice line. It does not cost you at all. It does not increase your premiums. You can call about patient issues and problems with employees, and they can give you the information to either avoid the claim or minimize the amount you may have to pay. I've used this several times for patient-employee situations and cannot recommend it highly enough. And then the final benefit I wanted to go over today is something called TDSC. Once again, this came out of the CDA and you get access to the same Henry Schein library of products with great discounts. The only way to get access to this is through the ADA with your membership. Here's an example of the savings. Something we have to buy a ton of is Cavi wipes. And you look at the price on here, it's $13 on TDSC. And compare that to Henry Schein. Exact same product, $18. And you can see the last time we purchased this was in 2021 because after that we could sign up for TDSC. So I use them for pretty much everything. The cost savings I get from TDSC alone pays for my ADA membership. I know many of you will not be business owners immediately, but once you are, this is a no-brainer. If you are a business owner and not using this, you are wasting so much money. And that's pretty much it. Really excited that you guys were with me today. Once again, if you have any questions, here's my contact information, and I look forward to seeing you for the next presentation.